Real Estate Foundation of BC is a philanthropic organization created in 1985 under provincial legislation. The foundation awards grants to nonprofit organizations for real estate and land use related initiatives. Over the last 20 years, the foundation has provided $48 million in funding to more than 1,300 projects in 122 British Columbia communities. Our mission is to support sustainable real estate and land use practices for the benefit of British Columbians. We provide funding to nonprofit organizations to carry out projects in public and professional education, research, policy and law reform, and good works related to land use. Prior to 1985, when people purchased real estate, the interest earned on deposits went to the banks. Since the establishment of the Real Estate Foundation, interest earned on realtors' pooled trust accounts is directed to the foundation to support its legislated purposes. These projects, funded by the foundation, emphasize the wise use and conservation of land. Foundation grants help local communities with housing, land use planning, stewardship and conservation, as well as research and education for real estate industry practitioners. Luke Stack is with the National Society of Hope, the largest nonprofit housing provider for women and children in the British Columbia interior.
The idea of short-term housing is to provide the next step, 1 to 12 months, where women have a chance to catch their breath after leaving a women's shelter and make arrangements for their future. The impact of the Foundation's grants go far beyond the money received. What the Foundation has been very good at is that they selectively choose projects and then provide initial grant money that helps us pursue other matching funds. It's a key vote of confidence that allows us to approach other organizations and funders. Most funding agencies question whether a certain project is feasible. Nobody wants to be the first to commit. The Real Estate Foundation has been prepared to be the first to step up and say, "We'll support this project." I can't emphasize how important this is. Our Ethel Street project was a recipient of some funding from the Real Estate Foundation back in the early 1990s. It has been operating successfully since the day it opened. The Society has since completely retired all the debt on this project. Well, we've received many thank you letters over the years from the families that have benefited from their time in this home.
The Foundation frequently collaborates with other agencies. Fortunately, our Board of Governors is very engaged and actively assists staff to fulfill the Foundation's mission. The Board is comprised of 5 members, one each appointed by the BC Real Estate Association, the Real Estate Council of BC, and the Real Estate Institute of BC, while the BC Ministry of Finance appoints 2 members. Board members serve without remuneration and bring diverse and extensive expertise to the Foundation's work.
Another area the Foundation funds is stewardship and conservation. Tasha Sargent is with the Grasslands Conservation Council of BC, a nonprofit organization that has been dedicated to preserving, protecting, and promoting the grasslands of British Columbia since 1999.
The Foundation has been a huge support for us. They funded one of our biggest initiatives, the Priority Grasslands Mapping Project. We mapped all of the grasslands in BC, which has never been done before, and now we're in the process of ranking them for conservation. This has made way for our newest initiative that the Foundation is funding, called Planning for Change, which provides this and other essential tools for local and provincial governments for future land use planning. The funding they have provided has allowed us to build relationships with several communities. This has opened the door to grasslands conservation within planning departments for various cities in BC and enabled us to effectively enhance their grasslands mapping. We're now providing them with very much needed information on sensitive ecosystems and species at risk, as well as providing them with important tools such as the Green Bylaws Toolkit to help protect their community's future.
Helping organizations educate local governments on stewardship and conservation is one way the Real Estate Foundation benefits the community. Another way is providing seed funding for educational programs within the real estate industry. The British Columbia Real Estate Association, or BCREA, represents the 12 member boards in British Columbia, and there are approximately 18,000 realtors on all provincial issues.
The Foundation has funded most of the education programs that we've developed. Many of our initiatives would never have gotten off the ground without its support. In 2005, the BCREA and its member boards were actively involved in bringing the Real Estate Services Act forward. The Foundation helped pay for the legal research. What that allowed us to do is go out to the province and get a grassroots concept of what the act should look like. What the Foundation has been able to do is put BC front and center in the country by looking at key public issues. Foundation has been looking at green and sustainability issues for decades, before it was on the radar of government, the media, and the public eye. They have contributed in many ways to the viability of just about every community in this province.
BC communities have a growing appetite to address sustainability concerns. Over the years, the Foundation has made several grants to the Design Centre for Sustainability, a leading-edge centre at UBC that applies sustainability concepts to the development of land, cities, and community.
The Design Centre for Sustainability develops and applies research tools and processes that help incorporate sustainability concepts into our cities and communities. The Foundation has been a core sponsor of a number of our initiatives, like Smart Growth on the Ground. Like many projects we've done, Tim Pringle is a huge assistance. He acts as a sounding board when we have an idea. Because of Tim's help, Smart Growth on the Ground turned out phenomenally. It wouldn't have been possible without the Foundation's support. The Foundation, like many other funding organizations, often likes to specify how funds are allocated. However, for the Smart Growth on the Ground project, the Foundation read the initiative as a whole and said, we would like to see this succeed. It was integral to our success.
These project snapshots highlight some of the ways the Real Estate Foundation of BC is working to advance community well-being. As the only funding agency in the province focused on the use and conservation of land, the Foundation is privileged to have supported so many innovative projects and to have collaborated with so many partners over the past 20 years. Our continued effectiveness depends on building relationships to achieve a strong focus on responsible use of the lands that sustain our communities. We look forward to continuing to provide vital funds for important initiatives throughout British Columbia for many years to come.